Today we're going to print on canvas bags. First things first, let's get our tablecloth down. Fabric paints can be pretty messy, so we want to make sure we've got a nice white clean surface. Let's run through our kit for today. We've got our fabric paints, our foam roller and our foam dabber, some paper plates, and our tools from last week's modelling clay activity. If you don't have these, you can just use a teaspoon. First we're going to take our lighter colour. I'm using the modelling tool to give the paint a little stir. Then I'm spooning out some paint onto the paper plate. The paint's a little thick, so I'm going to add some water to thin it down. I'm mixing it in so that the paint and the water become nice and smooth. I'm going to add even more water because I want the colour to be nice and light, but I also want to make sure that there's plenty of paint to go on my roller. Now that the paint is mixed, I'm going to test out the roller on a piece of paper. You can use your sketchbook from your pack for this. Roll your roller through the paint, making sure that it's evenly coated. Make sure you tap off any excess paint and just roll your roller gently across the paper. Have another go to make sure that you're happy with your print. Now take your sponge dabber and dip it in the paint. Use the dabber to print polka dots onto your paper. I'd like these dots to be a bit darker, so I'm going to add a bit more paint to the mixture on the plate. That's much better. Now we're ready to print on our canvas tote bag. Take your sketchbook or a piece of cardboard and put it inside the tote bag. This will stop any paint coming through the material and marking the other side of the bag. Take your roller and load it up with paint from the plate. Tap off the excess. Let's get rolling! You can choose where you want to put your patterns with your roller. I'm keeping it super simple and going top to bottom and left to right. I'm using the moulding tool just to fill in any gaps in the print. Now it's time to add some lovely dots with the dabber. I'm dipping the sponge into the paint and then pressing it firmly onto the canvas bag. I find that giving it a little wiggle makes the print a lot stronger. When I run out of paint, I'm just topping it up with more from the little pot. I think that's enough now. That's my lilac done. Now I'm going to decorate my pencil case to match. I'm using exactly the same techniques, putting a sketch pad inside the pencil case so that the paint doesn't seep through. I'm doing exactly the same thing with my roller. This time I'm doing a diagonal pattern. Now I'm adding spots with my dabber. Now it's time to change colour, so I'm giving my sponge a rinse in water. Give it a good squeeze and then dry it on some tissue paper. Now I'm going to take some black paint and put it on the plate. I'm not going to add any water to this because I want it to be really strong. I'm dabbing the excess paint off before I print onto my pencil case. This is because the paint can be really thick and gloopy, and if I don't do this, it could make a mess or take ages to dry. And that's our pencil case done. Now we're going to use the black paint on the canvas bag. I've decided I'm just going to stick with spots, so I'm just using the sponge dabber. You can use your roller if you like. Remember, you're just using the same methods as before. If you want to thin your paint down, add a little bit of water. I think that's enough dots for me. I'm going to stop there. Okay, maybe one more. And there you have it, your matching canvas bag and pencil case. Once the paint is dry, ask a grown-up to iron on the back of the fabric to fix the pattern. If you're feeling adventurous, you can also try using some different objects for printing. Remember your glue stick out of your first craft pack? You can use the base of this to create some really lovely ring patterns. When you've finished, remember to wash the paint off your glue stick. Next, I'm going to try and print with this little bottle with a square bottom. Can you see how different the prints look when I press hard or press softly? I'm finished with the bottle, so I'm giving it a quick wash. Have a look around the house and see what you can find to make interesting prints. There you have it, your printed canvas bag and matching pencil case, where you can store all your craft kit from the past few weeks.